Okay, I've printed out the main large bunting. Now you can use them as buntings or you can do lots of different things with them. But a good way of actually scoring them and cutting them out is to take your printed sheet and then just put a ruler down the middle there and then take an embossing tool, just score all the way through, and then all you've got to do then is pick that up and bend it over. So the bunting has been cut out and you can do these as many as you want, and then you fold them together like that, and then you can put your ribbon between and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or whatever you want. These are kind of the large buntings, but you could also use them as a card. Just stand them up that way round like that, and you could put some text in the middle, or you could have the card folded that way so you've got the bat on there, or you could even open it out like that, so when it's actually on display on a windowsill or something like that, it's a kind of a Halloween decoration as well. So that is a very simple card that you can make just from that bunting. So don't think of them as just buntings. Or you could turn that bunting into a card. Now I've taken a piece of black card here and I actually measured it so that the bunting would fit into each side there. So I measured it and then I cut and then I measured it and then I did the crease down the middle so it folded in half like that to create a card, whichever way you want to open it up. Then you've got options here. You could put one on that side there like that, and then on the opposite side you've got that there, you can see the scary one. Or what I think would be quite nice is if you open the card and then just stick that on the inside like that, and you've got that on the outside, and just a little bit of glue so that the bunting flops up, and you could put another one on this side. That's just another example of what you could do to turn it into a card. I'm also going to create a ribbon across the top of the card. Now I've got an ordinary piece of orange, you can use any colour you want, black, white, something that's Halloween coloured, and I've got my cutting mat underneath, and I'm going to create a ribbon, but I want it to fold in half so it becomes a ribbon. So I'm going to do a line down here first, and I'm going to do this with my embossing knife, my embossing tool, sorry, not my knife, and just create where a crease is going to go. So that's just going to go down there with the embossing tool. That creates a crease, he's trying to say. Then if you move it over, and I've got these guides here that you can see on your cutting mat, and I'm going over one more there. I'm just going to have it one strip wide, and then that can then cut out like so. You can use scissors, or I like to use my scalpel. Then you can move that away, and then you've got your strip here that's going to go along the top of the card, and before I stick it down I'm just going to fold that gently like so, and I've created a nice ribbon that's going to fit on the top of the card like that. Now all you've got to do is put that on there, check it's okay, stick it down, and then just trim the edges off. Put a bead of glue both sides. I've already done one side, and then just fold that over and stick it down. And then the end bit here that's left over, just take a pair of scissors and trim off the end bit. And then you can see that folds up nicely, and you've got the top here of the card there with the band at the top there like that, so you can see. So that's going to go on the top like that, and it looks like it's got a ribbon taking it all the way through there like so. And if you just stick that at the top here, just a little bit of glue to stick that down, then this will still flap up. So you could write boo underneath there, or you could put a little invitation, or you could put another one underneath there. Lots of things to do. Now you could do that as many times as you want in different sizes, so that you get a real kind of long length of the buntings. So you can turn that bunting into a card bunting. Now I'm going to do the same thing as well with this one, but I'm using smaller buntings here and a thin strip. Just kind of cut the strip of card big enough to take your next buntings. And what I'm going to do is just fold this in half like so, and crease that down the middle there, and then open it up, and then take the next one right to the center there like that, and crease it over, and take this one and crease over the top there. so it meets. So then you've got a zigzag, and if we kind of fold that one in now like so, you've got the zigzag ready to put your buntings over the top. Now you can do them just like that if you want to and just stick them down, or you can put a little strip of orange paper again to give you the ribbon effect. And I think that works. Very simple and very easy. And you can stick them down or just leave them flapping around like that. So to make buntings is very simple. I've just cut a thin strip of ribbon here. I've only got a short one, but you can make them as long as you want. I've just got 4 here at the moment. And what I've done is I've cut out the different buntings. I've kept them all the right size here, but you can have a large one, a small one, a large one, a small one. And I've just put a little bit of glue. Now if you try to glue it onto a fabric ribbon, you'll find it absorbs the glue. So I like to put it just like a bead along the top here, and then you just slide it underneath there, keep your ribbon flat, butt it right up to the edge there, and then just fold that together and stick it down. That should keep the ribbon in position. And I've already put some glue on this one, and try and keep the same amount of ribbon in between each one, and that one can go there and then just stick down. I've got the black one. Obviously this principle works with whatever designs you're doing, and again you can measure these out if you want. In fact, if you don't stick it down properly but move along like that, so make sure you put enough glue on. Oh, you might want them to move along, and then that one can stick down there, and then finally I've got one more that can slot into the end here like so, and that just sticks down. And then you've got your bunting, which then you can hang up anywhere that you want. And if you stick them down properly, unlike what I've done, they will hang really nice. Now I've taken a piece of white card, and what I've done is I've scored it down the middle here, and then I've made sure this piece and this piece are exactly the same, so that's going to fold, and I've cut the excess card off to turn into another card, and then because I've creased that, that just folds like that. Next I'm going to create a ribbon along the top side here, so the card will stand up like that way. Next I've taken and cut 2 strips of orange paper, and this one here I've actually creased down the middle, so that's ready to fold to create the double-sided ribbon. Very easy and simple to apply this. Just put a bead of glue down the end here. I'm using my trusty glue pen, so that one will slide in there like that, and then just stick it down. Just stick it down there on the front. Don't worry if it overlaps, because you're going to trim that, and then turn that over and just bend that backwards like so, and again just apply a little bit of glue onto the back of the card there, and then fold the ribbon over the top, so you can create like a bunting ribbon effect. Then take your pair of scissors, and these excess bits here, just trim them off so everything's neat and tidy like this, like that, like so. Now I've also got the second band, which I'm going to stick along here like that, so it kind of creates an overlap, and you can write on here some text, or you can use whatever you want. And again, just a little band of glue going down the middle here. I'm just doing this by eye, and I'm just going to stick that down over the top. So this will be overlapped, but you can bring this down as high or as low as you want. And I'm putting that there along there. Just stick that down, and again, that can just trim like so, either side. Very simple card. Oh, throwing it all over the place. There you go. Now I can take my buntings, and they can then fix onto here. Go like that, one there, and I might put one there as well. So there's another version of the card that you can make with the buntings, and don't forget you can put some text along here or whatever you want. Now what I've done here is taken a full size card here and just folded it over down the middle lengthways here, creating that effect. Now I've also cut out 2 strips of card, one in black and one in orange, like that. Now these are going to become the ribbons on here. Now to stick the ribbons down and also leave room for the buntings, you can see I've got printed off some quite smaller ones here, little ones here. So I've already taken some double-sided tape here, double-sided foam tape, and just cut them, made them much slimmer, and just cut them. And all you've got to do is then just cut these a little bit smaller in between, and then put your card down and then put your bunting in between each one, so you know when you're going to slot these onto the card there'll be plenty of room to slot them in. So that one will then go there. You're putting a little bit of double-sided tape there, and a little bit of double-sided tape on the next one, double-sided foam tape that is. So repeat that on the black ones as well, and then they're going to stick down onto the card. Now as you can see, I've already stuck down the first one there, and you can see the double-sided tape underneath there, and that just allows that enough room to slot those in there like that, so you get that effect. Now you can leave those free, you can write little texts on here, little messages. Now stick the first one down, put one of these in so you've got the level of where to put the next one. So I've put the double-sided tape on the back there, the foam tape, and just make sure this doesn't go too high up like that, and then this can stick down parallel with the other line, but there's still plenty of room for these to slot in here. And then all you've got to do is alternate the different ones like that and build up your design going through like so. There you go. Just build it up and you're creating like a bunting effect on the card, and you just keep adding them and creating your own pattern like that. And again, you can also just slot those on and leave them, or you can write little messages or whatever you want to do with them. Now I've got lots of the smaller version of the buntings cut out and just folded, ready to do. Now you could make little buntings for going around decorations for Halloween, etc. Or you could use them on your scrapbooking or your cards. These would be great for putting individual letters inside, and you could spell out Halloween or come to my party. And so you've got a card like this. There's lots and lots of different things you could do with it. You could actually slot these over the top and just stick them at the back, so you've got a card with the buntings going all the way along the top, like so. Let's pop this next one in. That could go along there, and that next one, maybe this one takes 4 on this one. But the great thing is with these, you can really play around and come up with lots of different designs. So you might want to put like a big pumpkin in the middle there, but on the top you've created a little bunting finish there like that. Or you might want to use these to create some kind of kaleidoscope effect. So you could start off by sticking a orange one down and then a black one down, creating like a star, and then an orange one, and it's almost like a little Halloween flower, and you can stick those down as and when you want. Just work your way around. I'm just making this up as I go along so you can see. Oh, that's not going to finish right, is it? It's got the orange one there. So now if I open that up a little bit, then there should be room then to fit a ghost in there as well. So if that was stuck down, it'd be a little bit more neater, but you can see the idea I'm creating there. It's almost like a little kind of like a little spiral, like a holograph effect. You could use these, you could stick those down and inside every one have a little letter so it spells out something. You could use these on corners. These would be fun on corners like that. So you could build these up like so. They might work really well down the side of a card, so maybe you stick one down there and then that one will stick just inside it like that, and then maybe you've got another one there, and stick these down. So you're creating a pattern with ghosts and all using the triangle effect, and you can see how that's working down there. It's all popping up, so it's not working very well at the moment. But you can see these small ones, there's lots and lots of different things you can do with those. Those would be great for kids to play with, and I'm sure you'll come up with lots of different ideas of how to use them.